Presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. This is Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com. Brian Schnee with you here tonight. Nice to have you with us on Country Night here at the ballpark. We are a second behind schedule, but don't worry, we will catch you up with everything you need to know. The Rogues in action tonight after a long game last night. Extremely long. 3.5 hours, 36 hits between the two teams. The Rogues came away with a win 14-11. They're now 17-8 on the season. So as you hear the starting lineups being announced here at the ballpark, we'll give you some perspective with Jonathan Kerman, who's joined by Christian Coronado before tonight's game.
Thanks, Brian. I'm here with pitching coach Christian Coronado. Christian, Jamie Flynn's on the mound tonight. This is his third start for the Rogues. He's yet to give up an earned run. What's been his key to success so far this season?
He brings a lot of mentality to the plate. He goes out there and he wants to compete. You know, he's fifth year, I believe, with the Rogues, and it shows. You know, as soon as he got here from Cornell, he immediately took over the pitching staff, and the energy he brings every day to the park it's great. So he goes out there and competes, and he trusts his stuff. So gives him all the options to win.
And then heading to the end of the game, Taylor Frost has been your guys' closer. He's 4 for 4 in save opportunities. Not originally a pitcher by trade. How has that transition been for him? Obviously, there's been some success. What have you worked on with him?
A lot of it's just been not overthrowing. You know, trusting his stuff and going out there and trusting his fastball, trusting his curveball, and not trying to overthrow it. He's a strong mentality guy. He goes out there and he wants to win every single time. So sometimes he'll hump up a little bit, but if we can get him to stay within, he'll be fine. You know, we expect good things from him. You know, he's really shown it, and you know, I've enjoyed watching him pitch.
Me too. Thanks so much, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Brian, back to you.
Jonathan, thank you. We'll join tonight's national anthem in progress here at Harry and David Field.
We're so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free in the home of the brave?
Valley Media Care is a proud sponsor of the Rogues broadcast team. Valley Media Care has locations both in North and South Medford, Ashland, Grants Pass, and Brookings, offering urgent care, occupational health, physicals, laser services, and more. Head to valley-ic.com for more information. So, Country Night here at the ballpark. Did you bring a hat? I was wearing one earlier. It's tough to do with the headset, but just know I had it on in spirit. Some good costumes out there tonight. We've got some animals out here. We're beating a car for, if that's the best way to say it, for Sanctuary One. Get your shot of the car for charity. Not a bad idea. Thanks to all of you for joining us. It's been about a week since I've been with you here on the broadcast. Nice to have you all with us here live from Medford, Oregon. It's the Rogues and the Gold Sox here live on MedfordRogues.com. Presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. So the Medford Rogues are in the field here for the top of the first inning. So we'll let you know who's out there. Johnny De La Cruz in left, Connor Lowry in center, Braden Stutzman in right. At third base, Josh Berman. At shortstop, Davis DeLorphis. At second, Clay Valenzuela Reese. And at first, Eric Yang. Behind home plate is Alex Isola. Jamie Flynn on the mound, the right-hander for the Medford Rogues, Ashland, Oregon zone. With a 1-0 record on the season, 2 games started, 0.00 earned run average, 9 innings thrown, 4 hits, 4 runs, 0 of them earned, 8 strikeouts to 5 walks. Here's the starting batting lineup for the Marysville Gold Sox. 5th in the Great West League standings with a 9-15 record. They are on a 3-game win streak, 7.5 games back of the first place Medford Rogues. Leading things off, the second baseman, number 25, Devin Pettengill. Batting in the 2 spot, the center fielder, number 7, Justin Cooney-Silk. Batting third, the third baseman, number 32, Bo McClintock. Batting cleanup tonight, the catcher, number 8, Shea Sabranti. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 24, Jason Dicochia. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 3, Andrew Shabalski. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 5, Joey Mejia. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 31, Mitchell Tice. And batting 9, the left fielder, number 44, Sam Leach. Manager of the Gold Sox is Dallas Correa of the Medford Rogues with a 17-8 record. Winners of just one in a row after last night's 3.5-hour-long marathon. In the first place of the Great West League by 2 games. They are managed by Josh Hogan. Nice to have you all with us here live at MedfordRogues.com. Getting my feet underneath there. We've got a new broadcast set up since I got back into town. And thanks, Jonathan Kerman, for holding things down on the fort. Great to have you all with us here live at MedfordRogues.com. Standings before tonight's game are look a little something like this. Medford Rogues 17-8 at the top of the Great West League. And second place, the Lincoln Potters, who fell to Medford last night at 15-10, 2 games back. Chico is 15-11, 2.5 games back of the Rogues. Portland Pickles in fourth place, 11-13, 5.5 back of the Rogues. The Gold Sox 7.5 back, and Yuba City 9.5 back. The Gold Sox have won 3 straight, but Medford has the edge, having gone down to Marysville last week and got 3 wins in a row, 2-1, 6-5, and 13-9. First pitch from Jamie Flynn to the left-handed hitting Pettengill is in there for a strike, and we are underway here at Harry and David Field. Beautiful night for baseball, as always, here in Southern Oregon. It's a rare miss in terms of Mother Nature. First pitch from Flynn, rather his second pitch, is outside, count 1-1. Pettengill on the season, .310 average. 9 hits, 9 runs, an RBI. Puts the ball in play to the left side. Berman fields on a backhand, fires across the diamond, and it's going to get by the first baseman, Eric Yang. Lost it in a shadow over at first. Tough start for the Rogues in the field. Have to be an error as Yang could not find it.
Tonight's Morton's K batter, Justin Cooney-Silk. Now if Justin gets struck out, it's $3 beers at the Beer Garden Saloon till the end.
So Justin Cooney-Silk steps in. .333 hitter out of everyday starters. That's the top of the Marysville Gold Sox lineup. So Flinner now has to work from the stretch after the error. Error's going to be on the throw. Looks like Berman had a good toss, though. Always tough. Looks at second on the stretch. Goes to the plate. First pitch is up and out to Cooney-Silk, also in the left-handed batter's box. And the count is 1-0. So the Gold Sox with a runner in scoring position to start this thing off. Here in the top of the first inning. Last night's game, again, here at Harry and David Field, went 3.5 hours long. A marathon. Beautiful night again here for baseball. The 1-0 pitch from Flynn. Hit high to the left side in foul territory. Berman goes over, looks into the sky, and makes the catch for out number 1. Bo McClintock, the third baseman, will step in. .207 hitter. 6 hits, 3 runs. Home run on the season for Bo with 3 RBI. Can always join us on our social media platforms as well, at Medford Rogues on Twitter and Instagram, at Medford Rogues Baseball on Facebook. 1 out, runner at second. McClintock digging into the right-handed batter's box. Will go against the right-hander, Jamie Flynn. Flynn comes to a set, deals. First pitch swung and hit through the legs of Eric Yang on the right side. Rounding third and coming around to score is Devin Pettengill, and the Marysville Gold Sox have a 1-0 lead. McClintock gets to second on the play. 2 errors for the Medford Rogues in the top of the first inning. Tough one for Flynn. That won't be an earned run, though. 2 errors. No hits, nothing scattered for Flinter here in the top of the first, but it is a 1-0 lead. Flynn will step off. We'll get the sign from Alex Isola behind home plate. Comes to a set. Runner on second is now McClintock. 1-0 lead for the Gold Sox. First pitch of the at-bat to Sabranti is outside. Count is 1-0. Shea still looking for his first hit of the year as a member of the Marysville Gold Sox. 2 games, 6 at-bats. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Outside, 2-0. Flynn comes to a set with a 2-0 count, leg kicks and fires. Hit hard to right field and deep. Going back is Stutzman at the track, and he makes the catch over his left shoulder. He will fire in, and the runner advances to third. A long fly out for the Gold Sox. Ball flying here on a beautiful night in Medford. Runner advances to third base with 2 outs now for Jason Dicochia, the shortstop. Pettengill came around and scored his 10th run of the season. Rogues trail 1-0, 2 outs, top of the first with a runner over at third base. Dicochia steps in the right-handed batter's box to go against the righty Jamie Flynn. First pitch swing and hit to the center fielder. Connor Lowry there to make the catch for the out. So a run comes across. The Rogues will get things going in the bottom half of the first. We'll get you fielding assignments for the Marysville Gold Sox and the starting batting lineup for your Medford Rogues. Rogues trail 1-0 after the top of the first. We'll head to the bottom half. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Back here live at MedfordRogues.com. Brian Schneewdy here at Harriet David Field in Medford. 1-0 lead for the Marysville Gold Sox as we head to the bottom of the first inning. We'll get you the starting fielding assignments for the Gold Sox. And left, Sam Leach. Center, Justin Cooney-Silken. And right, Andrew Shabalski. At third base is Bo McClintock. It's shortstop, Jason Dicochia. At second base, Devin Pettengill. And at first, Mitchell Tice. Shea Sabranti is behind home plate. Ryan McCarthy, the right-hander on the mound, 2-2, 5 games started, 5.06 earned run average with 19 hits, 13 runs, 12 earned, 15 Ks to 14 walks. How about the starting batting lineup for your Medford Rogues? Leading things off, the shortstop, number 18, Davis DeLorfis, batting in the 2 spot. The second baseman, number 13, Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Batting third tonight for the Rogues, number 24, and catching, Alex Isola. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, number 27, Jake Helwig. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 10, Connor Lowry. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 36, Eric Yang. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 2, Johnny De La Cruz. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 7, Josh Berman. And rounding out the lineup, the right fielder, number 25, Braden Stutzman. All right, let's see how Davis can do here. First time I'm seeing him in over a week, but he was on a tear before I left town. Still hitting .375, 30 hits, 20 runs, 22 RBI, second most on the team behind Connor Lowry. 3 triples, 2 home runs, and 8 doubles. Playing in his 22nd game this season. He'll go against the right-hander McCarthy. First pitch from the full windup to the right-handed hitting DeLorfis is up and in, brush back. And he has a long stare down to the Medford Rogues dugout. First pitch is in there for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Rogues fans, it is country night here at the ballpark. 1-0 pitch in there for a strike on the outside part of the plate. Here's the 1-1 from the right-hander. Curveball, swing and a miss. Lots of difference in speed from that heater from McCarthy. And DeLorfis was way out in front. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Lifted down the right field line and foul. So DeLorfis steps in as the leadoff hitter for the Medford Rogues, who now trail 1-0 after 2 errors in the top of the first inning. No hits for the Gold Sox, but they do pick up a run. Curveball is hit weakly to the third baseman, and they say it's fouled off DeLorfis in the box, so no throw over to first. And the count will stay 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Rogues would like to thank our friends at Avista, serving Medford since 1906. Avista has created opportunities, sparked imaginations, and fueled innovation. Today, as they celebrate more than a century of service, the folks at Avista are committed as ever to helping the communities they serve to grow and prosper. Head to avistautilities.com. So DeLorfis back in there for the 1-2 pitch from McCarthy. The curveball, again, hit sharply down the third base line, and past manager Josh Hogan, and foul. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, the Gold Sox 9-15. They have won 3 straight, however. 7.5 games back of the Medford Rogues, who are in first place, with a 17-8 record. So McCarthy has the count at 1-2. Here's the leg kick and the pitch. Going with the pitch and driving it to right field is DeLorfis. He's going to try for 2. It's cut off by the right fielder before the fence. A throw into second base. DeLorfis is in there for a sliding in headfirst double to lead off the bottom of the first inning. Good contact from Davis DeLorfis, who went with the pitch on the outside part of the plate and has now knocked in his 9th double of the season. That leads the team. This will bring up Clay Valenzuela-Reese, Campbellsville University product. Clay in the right-handed batter's box with DeLorfis over at second. Thought about teasing the pitcher. First pitch is outside. Valenzuela-Reese offered but pulled back on the bunt. Clay hitting .354, 29 hits, 15 runs, 9 RBI, with 8 walks, 8 strikeouts. McCarthy from the stretch. DeLorfis is off and running. He will see a throw, but slides in safely. Easy stolen base for Davis DeLorfis. That is his 4th of the year. So now a runner 90 feet away for the Medford Rogues, who trail 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. DeLorfis got a great jump. McCarthy didn't even look at him. And he took off with ease. The count is 1-1 to Clay Valenzuela-Reese, the second baseman tonight. McCarthy comes set. Here's the 1-1. It is low, 2-1. Rogues fans, if you couldn't make it out tonight for country night, Thursday is Baywatch night here at the ballpark, and then Friday is Bark in the Park, so it should be a great evening Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you name it. As Clay Valenzuela-Reese hits one to right, it is caught by the right fielder, and that allows Davis DeLorfis to trot on home as the Rogues tie things up here at 1. The sacrifice fly RBI for Clay Valenzuela-Reese as Alex Isola will step in, the catcher for the Rogues, hitting .299, 2 doubles, 19 RBI, 23 hits, and scoring 15 runs on the season. Just one away here in the bottom of the first, no one on. Isola looks at the first pitch. It is a fastball in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Quick second pitch rather, and it comes on the curveball from the right-hander, also in there for a strike. Isola didn't budge, looked a little out, count 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch from the right-hander. Fastball just outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Little breeze with the old American flag out in left center field. Looks like it's coming in towards us here behind home plate. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Isola rockets one to the left side. It's going to go all the way to the wall in the corner. The 325 sign. Isola motors around first, keeps its helmet on, and has a stand-up double for the Medford Rogues here in the bottom of the first.
Now stepping up to the plate, your Rogues designated hitter.
2 doubles for the Rogues here in the first inning. Jake Hellwig will step in, the designated hitter for the Rogues. Hellwig hitting .330 will step in the left-handed batter's box. 32 hits to lead the Rogues this season. 13 RBI. 20 runs, 4 doubles for Jake Hellwig of Bethune-Cookman University. He's got a runner at second base. That would be the lead runner for the Rogues, as we are tied at 1 here in the bottom of the first. 1 out. McCarthy looks at second, goes to the plate. In there for a strike at the knees. And the count is 0-1. Again, you can always follow along with us via the live stat link on your broadcast screen. Keep tabs on some numbers as well. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hit hard to the left side, going to get over the shortstop and bounce. Once to the left fielder who fires in, and they cut off Isola at third base. So now runners on the corners. Rogues teeing off on Ryan McCarthy here in the first inning. So Connor Lowry, the team's leader in RBI, will step in. 2 ducks on the pond now. One of the returners for the Medford Rogues this year. One of 3 returners for the Rogues in tonight's starting lineup, just in the batting lineup alone. Then Jamie Flynn on the mound. So 4 returning Rogues in the lineup tonight from last year to this year, including Johnny De La Cruz, Connor Lowry, Braden Stutzman, and Jamie Flynn. So Lowry will step in the right-handed batter's box. Runners on the corners. From the set is McCarthy. Slide step. And the first pitch fastball is up and in. 1 ball, no strikes. So DeLorfis led things off with a double to the right field fence. He eventually stole third base. Clay Valenzuela-Reese put one to right. It was caught. An RBI sac fly, which tied the game at 1. No one on for Alex Isola, who had a double. Now Jake Hellwig just moved him over. Second pitch swinging is fouled away by Lowry, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning. Rogues tied it up at 1. 3 hits. 2 errors, however, for the Rogues in the field. You erase that, things look a little bit different right now. 36, 37 hits last night between the Rogues and the Lincoln Potters. As a broadcaster, I'm hoping not tonight. We got 5 more games after tonight here at home. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Lowry fouls it away, and the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lowry again a .281 hitter on the season. 24 RBI. Product of Blackhawk Junior College. Runners on the corners. First is Hellwig, at third is Isola. Here's the 1-2 offering from McCarthy. And Lowry called time, so the pitch will not count. McCarthy held it up a little bit. So Lowry put his hand up. Timeout was granted in the batter's box by Eric Martinez. Chris Hudson in the field tonight as the field umpire here at Harry and David Field. So the count is 1-2, 1 out. Bottom one, we are tied at 1. Runners on the corners. Here is the 1-2 pitch. Curveball lifted weakly to the right side. Gonna get out into the grass berm. So the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Thanks to Fred Meyer, the Rogues will offer specially priced family ticket packages for each Sunday home game. 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 fountain drinks, 4 souvenir baseballs for just $44. Those tickets are only offered at each of the 3 Fred Meyer stores locally in the Rogue Valley. Don't miss out on the fun. It is a Fred Meyer Family Fun Sunday this Sunday, July 2nd, against the Portland Pickles. McCarthy holds on the 1-2, and it plunks Connor Lowry. He'll take it, bases loaded. That one up and in, got him on the shoulder blade. So now Jake Helwig at second, Alex Isola at third, Lowry at first with just 1 out.
Now batting for your Medford Rogues, first baseman, Eric.
So Eric Yang will step in, first baseman. Yang, a .393 hitter since joining the club. This will trigger a mound visit for the Gold Sox with just 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. We're tied at 1. Again, it is country night here at the ballpark. There's always something happening here at the ballpark, so I didn't explain it very well out of the gate. But we've got an old junky car outside the confines of the ballpark now where my broadcast partner, my producer, my reporter, Jonathan Kerman, is out there taking the dollar bills, which actually goes to donation to Sanctuary One, helps injured animals and such. So you take pretty much a sledgehammer and you try to smash this car. That's a great concept. Didn't think of it myself, but adds for a little extra entertainment here at the ballpark. We've got some animals, some horses down the left field side. Believe we just had a live TV shot on KDRV News Watch 12, right in front of those as well. So lots going on here at the park. Isola at third, Helwig at second, Lowry at first. Eric Yang steps in the right-handed batter's box. Again, a .393 hitter, 3 doubles, an RBI. Looks like just 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 11 hits for Yang. Sees the first pitch in there for a strike on the curveball. Count 0-1. Rogues wearing their green tops, the white bottoms with the dark socks. The gold socks, of course, I gave it away. Wearing gold socks, navy tops, gray bottoms. Gold belts as well. Always a little flash here at Harry and David Field for the boys from Marysville. McCarthy is the count at 0-1. Comes to a set. The right-hander deals. Curveball, again, in there for a strike. Count 0-2. Runners on every base for the Medford Rogues, who did tie the game up at 1 behind 3 hits in this inning. 2 doubles and a single. As here's the 0-2 pitch coming from McCarthy. Leg kicks and fires in the dirt. Nice stop there by Shea Sabranti, who keeps it in front. And the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Johnny De La Cruz on deck for the Medford Rogues. McCarthy settles in. Here's the 1-2. High leg kick. Curveball. Bounced high to the shortstop. It's bobbled and a run will score. Going to be an error on the shortstop, but an RBI for Eric Yang, who reaches first base. So Alex Isola scores, and the Medford Rogues take a 2-1 lead. So Johnny De La Cruz, the left fielder, UL Monroe product, steps in. Also a returning Rogue this year. Pops in here with a .282 average, 22 hits, 11 RBI, 18 runs, 19 walks for Johnny. That leads the team. McCarthy comes to his set. 1 out. First pitch swinging by De La Cruz, lined into the screen, and the count is 0-1. Again, at third is Helwig. Second is Connor Lowry after being hit by a pitch. Eric Yang at first, reaching on the error. De La Cruz in the right-handed batter's box. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A curveball hit hard to the third baseman. Backhands, he gets on first, then he throws it away to the first baseman. So a run will score. And a runner out at third is Lowry. Runners advance to second and third after the throwaway. The scorekeepers are getting a workout here early in this one as the Rogues score yet another. And they lead 3-1. So Josh Berman, Medford's own, will step in. Going to likely, I would have to imagine, be an error over there by the third baseman. They got the force out at third. So score that 5 UA in my book. Eric Yang makes it to third. Johnny De La Cruz at second. 2 runners on, 1 out. Rather, now 2 outs. And the first pitch to Josh Berman is in there for a strike. The count is 0-1. It is a 3-1 lead for the Rogues here in the bottom of the first inning. 3 hits for Medford, 2 errors for the Marysville Gold Sox here in the bottom half of this inning. 2 runners in scoring position for the Rogies, who have their 8-hitter Berman up with the count 0-1. Fastball outside, count 1 ball, 1 strike. So Yang reached on an error, as did De La Cruz. Back-to-back errors for back-to-back batters, fielding-wise, to the Marysville Gold Sox. They're back at regular depth in the infield. McCarthy works the 1-1. Curveball is up and in, 2 balls and a strike. Thanks to all of you joining us live here on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group. Feels good to be back. I know I was a little hiatus for you for about a week. Thanks to Jonathan Kerman for hitting the road. I know he was scorched by some heat, like 105, something like that, maybe 110. Curveball in there for a strike, and the count is 2-2. Again, runners on second and third. If you hear the cowbells, it's because we do have cowbells out there for country night here at the ballpark. I believe first 500 fans were treated to them. Here's the 2-2 pitch, fouled away. Count remains even, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A 3-1 lead for the Rogues here in the bottom of the first inning with 2 runners on and Josh Berman at the dish. Count is 2-2 with 2 outs. McCarthy, leg kicks, fires another curveball, and it's slapped to the right side and through. 1 run scores. Another one scores as the ball goes all the way to the wall, and a 2 RBI stand-up double for Josh Berman as the Rogues lead 5-1 in the bottom of the first. Johnny De La Cruz and Eric Yang trot home. DeLorfus, Isola, Hellwig, Yang, De La Cruz all scoring in the first inning as Braden Stutzman will step up. Not able to get out of the first inning is Ryan McCarthy. His evening very short. 5 runs come home as the Rogues lead 5-1 with 2 outs and a runner on second. A pitching change is in order for the Gold Sox. We'll step aside. We will come back. We'll digest everything for you. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is for Marysville here in the bottom of the first inning. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. back here live at MedfordRogues.com. Brian Schneemathy here to Harry and David Field in Medford, Oregon. A 5-1 lead for the Rogues. Absolutely teeing off on the starting pitcher for Marysville, Ryan McCarthy. Again, a 5-1 lead, 2 outs, runner on second. A new right-hander comes on, wearing number 11. 5'11", 195 out of Yuba College, a sophomore from Roseville, California. Darryl Dahl will step in. Dahl on the season, we'll see if we can get some accurate numbers for you. 8 2/3 innings. He's a starting pitcher, making his first relief appearance. 8 strikeouts to 9 walks, 3 earned runs, 7 hits allowed. Has allowed 3 doubles and a 3.11 earned run average.
Now batting for your Rogues, Braden Stutzman.
Braden Stutzman, the University of Oregon product, will step in. My first time seeing Stutz this year. I had the camera in my hand last year, and Stutz, he treated me to a home run or 2. So he'll step in the left-handed batter's box here on a beautiful, beautiful evening in Medford, Oregon. He'll go against the right-hander, Dahl, who takes place of Ryan McCarthy, who got him 2 outs. First pitch is hit on a 2-bouncer over to the second baseman, fired to first, and a quick 1-pitch, 1 out for Dahl in relief. 5 runs came across, 4 hits, couple errors, 1 stranded, and it's a 5-1 lead for Medford after an inning. We'll go to the top of the second inning. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Morton's offers something for everyone. Morton's has a full sports bar, separate family dining side of the restaurant, even delivery. Check out the website. It's Mortons.com. That's Morton's with 2 R's. Our good friends over at Morton's in East Medford. Proud provider of Medford Rogues Baseball. Live here at MedfordRogues.com, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Top of the second inning for those of you just joining us here on Country Night at the ballpark. I swear I had the hat on. I promise. It just looks ridiculous when I try to put it on with the headset. Doesn't work. 5 runs in the bottom of the first inning for the Medford Rogues. They lead 5-1 on 4 hits. No hits for Marysville in the top of the first, but the Rogues committed 2 errors. Andrew Shabalski, the right fielder, will step in. Joey Mejia on deck, followed by Mitchell Tice, first baseman. First pitch from Jamie Flynn is a curveball in the dirt. Count is 1-0. Flynn deals the 1-0 pitch. Hit up the middle, coming over and gathering, firing on the run is Davis DeLorfis for the out. Nice play from DeLorfis, who moved over up the middle. Fielded on the run, fired on the run, got him on the run.
Designated hitter Joey Mejia.
Joey Mejia, the DH, steps in. Also in the right-handed batter's box. One away here in the top of the second inning. First pitch outside of the fastball. 1 ball, no strikes. Flynn working on the 1-0. Mejia breaks his bat. Goes all the way to the left side. Nice play by Josh Berman on the backhand to fire across the diamond with a baseball bat coming at him. What a play by Berman for out number 2. And he's going to trot on over and bring the baseball bat over. More broken bats here than I saw last night. It was actually across the country at a AA baseball game. And, of course, it's wood bat. Bats just didn't break. I mean, they weren't being shattered like they do here in Medford. They got a curse for the Rogies. I know that. These guys love to shell out the bats. 2 outs. First pitch from Flynn is in there for a strike. First baseman Mitchell Tice. Now is the count at 0-2. Tice, a .286 hitter, 2 doubles, 4 hits, 3 runs, 4 RBI. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1-2-3 for Jamie Flynn against the 8-hitter Tice, and 1-2-3 in the top of the second inning. The Rogues lead 5-1. We'll go to the bottom half of the second. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group. We'll be right back. Located just 5 minutes from the I-5 and Grants Pass, Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions is the only place you need to go for the ultimate Rogue River experience. Jet through historic Hellgate Canyon, lounge at the exclusive OK Corral, and feast on an all-you-can-eat homemade barbecue. Visit www.hellgate.com to book your experience today. All right, bottom 2. Same deal. Rogues lead off with Davis DeLorfis, Clay Valenzuela-Reese, Alex Isola. They made it all the way around in the bottom of the first. They have a 5-1 lead here at Harry and David Field. DeLorfis hit a double, stole a base, came around to score on an RBI sac fly by Clay Valenzuela-Reese. So Darryl Dahl is back out there after getting a 1-pitch out on a ground out to Braden Stutzman. First pitch is in there on the outside part of the plate for a strike to DeLorfis. Count 0-1. Dahl gets the sign from Shabanti. A broken bat again. DeLorfis hits a dribbler to the shortstop and he bobbled it. DeLorfis will reach first. Took a funky hop. Still should have made the play. Took about 8 bounces right up the middle. Easy field and throw.
For your Medford Rogues second baseman, Clay Valenzuela-Reese.
So Clay will step in, having gotten the RBI. Third error tonight for the Marysville Gold Sox. Runner over at first is DeLorfis. No outs, bottom 2, 5-1 lead for the Rogues, all 5 coming in the bottom half of the first inning on 4 hits and a couple errors in the field by the Gold Sox. From the stretch is the right-hander Dahl, and he's got Valenzuela-Reese. First pitch is poked at onto the grass berm down the right side as DeLorfis was off and running. It's a foul ball, and the count is 0-1. So the Rogues and the Potters last night went 3.5 hours. And the Rogues came away winners 14-11. Next pitch outside, 1-1. Thanks to all of you checking in on our live chat tonight. Appreciate you joining us from all across the country. The count is 1-1. Valenzuela Reese fouls it off himself, and the count will be 1 ball, 2 strikes. No outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Runner over at first is Davis DeLorfis. Alex Isola on deck. DeLorfis, a normal lead, looks at Dahl, the right-hander, deals the 1-2. Fastball is up and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, the Rogues are back in action tomorrow night. Right back here against the Gold Sox. Rogue Credit Union members get in for free with proof of membership, so take advantage of that. Here's the 2-2. Dahl from a long set. Valenzuela Reese doesn't like it, calls time. So they'll redo the 2-2 count. No outs, runner on first. DeLorfis gets checked on, slides in safely. Breeze is picking up here at the ballpark just a bit. You probably hear it back home live on MedfordRogues.com. Fastball is upstairs. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Good to see some familiar faces back in the crowd tonight. Being away for a week, again, you got to miss this sort of thing. Nice crowd down the left side especially. Country night doesn't get much better, especially on a beautiful evening here in Southern Oregon. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Runner at first is DeLorfis. He's off and moving. Put into play by Clay Valenzuela Reese. DeLorfis slides in, fired over by the shortstop for the force play at first, but DeLorfis advances to second base. So a simple 6-3 from the shortstop to the first baseman.
Medford Rogues catcher Alex Isola.
As you probably heard it, Alex Isola. Runner on second is DeLorfis. Isola steps in the right-handed batter's box. Dahl comes to a set. 1 away here in the bottom of the second inning. 5-1 lead for the Rogues. Long hold. He stares at second. Goes to the plate on the slide step. And the pitch is low and out, 1-0. Breezy now. Who ordered this? Feels good up in the press box. I'll take this. There is quite the crowd now outside by the car. Pay $1 to get your chance to smash the car with a sledgehammer. That's a great idea. All for a good cause. Count is 1-0. Runner on second. Here in the bottom of the second inning, it's a 5-1 lead for the Rogues. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Count is 2-0 with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Dahl comes to his set, looks at second base, holds, and goes to the plate. Isola hits it off himself in the batter's box. It goes all the way to the shortstop. Came off, looks like he's grabbing the inside of his left knee. Alex needs those as a catcher. Tough break as Josh Hogan makes about halfway down the third baseline to check on Isola. Looks like he's all good. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. One away here in the bottom of the second inning. Rogues on top 5-1. Dahl comes to a set from the sign from Shea Shabanti, the catcher. The pitch. Called strike. Good movement from inside out on that bender. And the count is 2-2. One away. Rogues get nothing across in this inning so far, but DeLorphis in scoring position at second base. 5-1 lead for Medford. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Isola fouls it away on the fastball, jammed him at the hands, and the count remains even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Four hits, 2 errors for Medford. No hits, 3 errors for Marysville here in the bottom of the second inning. 5-1 lead for the Rogues on a beautiful evening in Medford. Here's the 2-2 pitch as Dahl holds one more time, really taking his time out there at this point. Frustrates Isola a little bit, who calls for time, so we'll hang out and wait. Here's a 2-2 pitch now. Fastball is up above the belt. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count, 1 away. Dahl gets the sign from his catcher and comes to a set. The 3-2 inside, and that should be ball 4. It is. Isola had no idea because the scoreboard's broken.
Fans, please bear with us. We're having some technical issues with the scoreboard related to heat, but we're keeping the score up here. Enjoy the game.
Isola now at first. DeLorphis at second.
Rogues designated hitter, Jake Hellwig.
Jake Hellwig will step in. Single, and he came around to score in the first. Runners on first and second. Hellwig in the left-handed batter's box. Here's the pitch. Inside corner for a strike on the first pitch fastball from Darryl Dahl. Runners on first and second here in the second inning. This inning has slowed way down in pacing. Hellwig comes to a set. Rather, Dahl comes to a set to deal to Hellwig, and it's low and out. Count is 1-1. Runners on first and second with 1 away. Isola at first, DeLorphis at second. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Called strike, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, bottom of the second. For those of you just joining us, a 5-1 lead for the Medford Rogues. All 5 coming in the second inning. Rather, in the bottom of the first inning. Getting sidetracked here. Count is 1-2 with 1 out. The pitch. Hellwig fouls it straight back on the fastball, and the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Connor Lowry on deck was hit by a pitch in the first inning and then thrown out over at third. Hellwig 1 of 5 to score in the first inning. DeLorphis at second, Isola at first. Dahl holds on the 1-2, the pitch. Hellwig lifts it down the left field line and foul over towards the batting cages down the left field line. Count remains the same at 1-2 with 1 away. Breeze continues to howl here at the ballpark. But the sun is out. The sky is blue. Great evening for baseball. Here's the 1-2 count now, still to Hellwig, who fouled off the last 2 pitches. And Dahl steps off. Lowry on deck. Eric Yang to follow if the opportunity is present with one out. Runners on first and second. Dahl deals the 1-2. Hellwig hits it foul down the right side. Count still 1-2. Fans enjoying their cowbells here at the ballpark tonight. Probably hear them in the background. Count is 1-2 with one out. Runners on first and second. 5-1 lead for the Rogues. Bottom two. Hellwig in the left-handed batter's box. The 1-2. Hit to the right side. It's going to get through past the first and second baseman. Rounding third and coming around to try to score is Davis DeLorfis, who will do without a throw. And the Rogues lead 6-1.
Now stepping up to the plate for your Medford Rogues, center fielder Connor Lowry.
So a pair of singles for Jake Hellwig. This time an RBI. Connor Lowry will step in. DeLorfis scores a second time tonight. And the Rogues lead 6-1. Lowry will step in the right-handed batter's box. Again, bottom two. The Rogues getting a run. One away. Runners on first and second. The pitch. Outside corner for a strike. So count 0-1. With Isola at second. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Lowry swings and misses at the fastball, and the count is no balls and 2 strikes. Hellwig didn't hit it hard to the right side, but merely hit it in the perfect spot between a lunging first and second baseman. Fastball is outside, and the count is 1-2 to Connor Lowry. Sometimes not how hard you hit it, but where you hit it, of course. Perfect idea there for Hellwig, who pulled it to the right side, being a left-handed hitter. 6-1 lead for the Medford Rogues. Great West League action here live on MedfordRogues.com. Runners on first and second. The 1-2 pitch. Hit foul towards the dugout for the Marysville Gold Sox on the first base side. And the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. Darryl Dahl, definitely not overpowering by any means, but slows this game down to where if you blink, something might actually happen. Pacing is everything for Dahl now after coming in from McCarthy, who was pretty easy to read, at least for the Rogues, who teed off pretty easily in the first. The 1-2 is lifted to the right side, getting into the corner, and it drops. An easy stroll in for Alex Isola, and a double as that ball gets out of play on a bounce for Connor Lowry. Runners on second and third it's an RBI double for Connor Lowry. Great piece. Kind of hit a flare to the right fielder, and then it just kept diving towards the line, bounced actually on the track down the right field line and into the bullpen for the Marysville Gold Sox. Isola scores from second. Hellwig is now at third as Connor Lowry gets his first hit of the evening. Eric Yang will step in, the first baseman. Reached on an error. Also an RBI. So the Rogues on top 7-1 here in the second inning. Eric Yang fouls it off. And the count is 0-1. Rogues fans, you can be with us all weekend long. Tomorrow night, Rogue Credit Union members get in for free with proof of membership. It's Baywatch night on Thursday. On Friday, it's my birthday, but it's Bark in the Park night to benefit Southern Oregon Humane. Saturday, Red, White, and Blue night. And, of course, Fred Meyer Family Fun Sundays on Sunday to round out a 3-game series with the Portland Pickles. We got 4 more nights of Medford Rogues baseball, rather 5 more nights after tonight. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Yang gets jammed and fouls it away, and the count is 0-2. The infield is in, 1 out, runners on second and third. Hellwig 90 feet away. The trail is Connor Lowry, who had that RBI double. So the count is 0-2 to Eric Yang. He also scored in the first. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Fastball is up and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's right where Shabanti set out. But it was just out of the zone. So the count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners on second and third. Infield in at the grass. Dahl comes to a set. The pitch. Yang hits it up the middle for a base hit. 1 run will score. Josh Hogan holds Connor Lowry at third. An RBI single for Eric Yang. Rogues on top, 8-1.
Stepping up to the plate, your Rogues left fielder, Johnny De La Cruz.
De La Cruz will step in, having reached on an error in the first inning. He was the last one to score in the first inning. 3 more coming across here in the second, as the Rogues have runners on the corners with 1 out, and Johnny De La Cruz stepping in the right-handed batter's box. We could be in for another long, long night here at Harry and David Field, as we were last night. But you know what? It's country night, so why not let this thing last? Again, runners on the corners. Corners in. First pitch is a strike to De La Cruz. Did not like the zone from Eric Martinez. Count is 0-1 with 1 out. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Up and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at first is Eric Yang after the RBI single up the middle, which just drove in Jake Hellwig. Connor Lowry had an RBI ground rule double, and he now stands at thirds. Runners on the corners. The count is 1-1 with 1 out. The right-hander deals to the plate. De La Cruz fouls it away and nearly catches some of the guys with the back to their field looking at the beaten-up car behind home plate. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. Again, runners on the corners. Dahl once again comes to a set. Once again, the Gold Sox have someone in the pen. Here is the 1-2 pitch. De La Cruz looks at it in the dirt, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. So runners on the corners. Rogues just pouring it on here at home. The pitch. De La Cruz fouls it away over towards the concession stand. And the count remains even at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. So 5 runs for the Rogues in the bottom of the first. 3 for the Rogues here in the second. Just 1 out, runner 90 feet away. Eric Yang is over at first. 7 hits for Medford here tonight. Couple errors as well for the Gold Sox. Here's the 2-2. Curveball looks like it just missed. Dahl thought it looked good. 3 balls, 2 strikes. A little frustration on the throwback from the catcher. Count is 3-2 with 1 out. Dahl goes to the plate. Curveball is laced into the left center field gap. It's cut off by the center fielder, but it's an RBI single for Johnny De La Cruz, and the Rogues are on top 9-1.
Now batting batting your Medford Rogues third baseman, Josh Berman.
Runners on first and second for the Rogues as Connor Lowry scores off the bat of Johnny De La Cruz. Yet another Rogue with yet another hit here in the second inning. It's 9-1 here in the bottom of the second. And a slower than slow walkout from Gold Sox pitching coach.
And we're going to need some people to move their cars. If you have a red Ford Escape Texas license,
we'll take a quick break. We'll come on back. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball here in the bottom of the second inning with 1 out, runners on first and second. Back here in just a second. You're live on MedfordRogues.com.
At People's Bank, we know that banking doesn't have to be complicated. Good banking happens when we put people first. Here at People's Bank, we're for the people with big dreams. We're here for families working on creating a better life for their children. We're for businesses investing locally to create a better community we're proud to call home. This is Ken Troutman, president of People's Bank. When we put people first, families grow stronger, businesses thrive, and our community flourishes. People's Bank. We put people first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We're back here with you live on MedfordRogues.com. Brian Cheney with you here at Harry and David Field in Medford. 9-1 lead for the Rogues. Here in the bottom of the second, already the third pitcher being used by the Marysville Gold Sox tonight. Pitching has surrendered 8 hits to the Medford Rogues. Presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. This is Medford Rogues Baseball. Rogues Baseball is also brought to you by Claudio Alvarez Construction and Restoration. Founded over 2 decades ago, Claudio Alvarez Construction and Restoration are there when you need them the most. Whether it's fire, storm, or water damage, the Alvarez Restoration team is ready and willing to bring your home back to how it used to be. We like to say when bad stuff happens, we make good stuff happen. Find us at alvarezrestoration.com or by calling 541-727-7340. That is 727-7340. So the Marysville Gold Sox go to the bullpen. They bring out right-hander Lincoln Clayton wearing number 4. Sioux Falls, Idaho product. Rather, Idaho Falls, Idaho product. That would be the same hometown as Braden Stutzman. Have to imagine they know each other. And Clayton throws at BYU, making his 10th appearance on the season. That'll be a team high. 16 innings pitched, 22 strikeouts to 10 walks, 6 earned runs, 15 hits surrendered, and a 3.37 earned run average. Josh Berman will be the test product against the right-hander Clayton, as he steps in here with 1 out, runners on first and second, here in the bottom of the second inning. And a new count. The pitch from Clayton is outside, 1-0. As always, you can check in with us live on the live stream. Let us know where you're joining us from. Live on MedfordRogues.com. Also the live stat link up there for you as well. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Berman hits it high and foul, and the count is 1-1. Can't stop the breeze here tonight, but it feels good up here in the press box. Count is 1-1, 1 out. Runners on second and third. The lead runner, Eric Yang. The trail runner, Johnny De La Cruz. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Clayton. Bounced in front. So Branty keeps it in front. The count is 2 balls and a strike. So Berman in the right-handed batter's box had a double down the left field line in the first inning. Remember, it's only the bottom of the second, and the Rogues lead 9-1. 2 balls and a strike. Clayton comes to a set. The pitch. Berman hits it high to left field. In the shadow is the left fielder, Sean Leach, who comes in about 5 steps to make the catch for out number 2. Runners still on first and second for Braden Stutzman for the Medford Rogues.
Now batting for your Medford Rogues, right fielder, Braden.
Getting the Rogues back in action for game 2 of 3 tomorrow. 6:35 first pitch, 6:25 pregame show right here live on MedfordRogues.com. Gold Sox have won 3 straight before tonight. Early. It doesn't look like it's going to continue, but hey, we've seen the Rogues allow some teams to come back in this year. Obviously, this is the home broadcast, so we will not encourage that. Runners on first and second. Stutzman steps in the left-handed batter's box. First pitch is a called strike on the outer half, and the count is 0-1. Thanks to all of you for joining us live here on MedfordRogues.com, on our social media platforms as well, at Medford Rogues on Twitter and Instagram, at Medford Rogues Baseball on Facebook. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss by Stutzman, and the count is 0-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Rogues got 4 runs here in the second, 5 in the first, 8 hits total, and have been the beneficiary of 3 errors in the field for the Marysville Gold Sox. Count is 0-2. Here's the pitch from Clayton. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 3-pitch strikeout, and the first strikeout for Medford Rogues hitters. They have gone through the lineup twice as we have finished 2 innings, and the Rogues lead 9-1. We'll go to the top of the third. 9-1-2 the lineup for the Marysville Gold Sox when we return. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. We're live here on MedfordRogues.com. Sam Leach, Devin Pettengill, and Justin Cooney-Silk. 9-1-2 from Marysville. You know, Jamie Flynn has had a lot of time just to hang out because his offense has given him the run support anyone would want. 5 runs in the bottom of the first, 4 in the bottom of the second. Fans, I can't tell you how many times we've had to replace a window here at the ballpark because of a stray fly ball. When we need our windows fixed or replaced, the only team we trust are the folks at Bill's Glass. With locations in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass, Bill's Glass is the fastest and most affordable glass service in Southern Oregon. Top of the third inning. Flynn back out there on obviously limited pitches.
Now batting for Marysville, left fielder Sam Leach.
Leach will step in for his first plate appearance tonight. A 176 hitter. Swings at the first pitch. High chop over to Josh Berman. Strong throw to first. And an easy play for the Medford Rogues for out number 1 in the top of the 3rd inning.
Now batting for Marysville, second baseman Devin Pettigan-Gill.
Devin Pettingill will step in. Reached on an error in the first. Came around to score the lone run for the Marysville Gold Sox in this ball game. 2 errors for Medford in the first inning. They have since settled down. 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. Flynn will face the left-handed hitting Pettingill. First pitch. A little bit out of the zone, upstairs, 1-0. Pettingill, a product of UC Irvine. Saw a couple guys go from that school early in the 2017 MLB draft this year. Next pitch outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Right down the heart of the plate for a strike. The count is 2-1. The 2-1 pitch from Flynn. Hit on the ground to the right side. Short hop fielded by Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Flung to first for the out. Took 4 bounces to Clay. Got it on a short hop. Fired to first with ease. This will bring up the 2-hitter in the lineup for the Marysville Gold Sox with 2 outs. In the top of the 3rd, it's Justin Cooney Silk. He flew out to Josh Berman in foul territory as the second batter of the game. Cooney Silk steps in the left-handed batter's box. The pitch from Flynn. A little bit low and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Jamie has thrown 23 pitches tonight. A liner to Josh Berman, who squeezes for out number 3. Sharply hit ball to the left side. Berman may even have closed his eyes, but he made the catch.
In the top of the 3rd, there were 0 runs on 0 hits with 0.
1, 2, 3 in the lineup. Go down for the Marysville Gold Sox in the top of the 3rd. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd inning as the Rogues lead 9-1. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Well, for those of you back home, we're not making it difficult for you to keep track. Again, 1, 2, 3 in the Medford Rogues batting lineup will step in here at the top of the 3rd inning. The Rogues have batted around in their lineup complete 1 through 9 twice in consecutive innings here tonight. Davis Delorphis, Clay Valenzuela-Reese, Alex Isola for Medford in the bottom of the 3rd inning with a 9-1 lead. Rogues fans, if you're looking for a used car or truck, why not head to the dealer that'll give you the best quality vehicle at the best price. Crater Lake Ford uses real-time tracking software to research similar makes within hundreds of miles to give you the best car shopping experience while saving you time and money Crater Lake Ford, right cars and trucks, right prices, right experiences. Visit them online at craterlakeford.com. Davis DeLorphis will step in. We're in the bottom of the third. Rogues on top 9-1, facing Clayton back out there on the hill. The right-hander from BYU. First pitch is up and in, 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Clayton. Upstairs, 2 balls, no strikes. Clayton's by far been I'd say one of the most effective pitchers, numbers-wise, for Marysville this season. Most reliable, making his team-high 10th appearance this season, having thrown 16 innings and now 16 2/3, I believe, if I did that math correct. Lowered his ERA just a touch. The 2-0 pitch in there for a strike at the belt, and the count is 2-1 to DeLorphis. Davis has scored twice, reached on an error in the last inning, had a double in the first to lead off the game with a stolen base. Chops one foul into the Rogues' dugout, and the count is 2-2. Great night for baseball here at Harry and David Field. The sun is setting over the left field line, so everyone over on the right side has their hands up like they're looking out at sea. Here's the 2-2. Lifted to shallow left center field, and by shallow I mean barely out of the infield. So the shortstop, Jason Diakocina, makes the catch for out number 1.
Now stepping up to the
First time it's been that easy for the Gold Sox in the field since we've gotten going. Clay Valenzuela-Reese, 0 for 2 tonight with an RBI, steps in. One away here in the bottom of the third. 9-1 lead for the Rogues. 8 hits. Clay Valenzuela-Reese fouls off the first pitch. The count is 0-1. Clay, one of the most consistent hitters on this team since entering just a couple days late. Now in game number 22 for the Rogues, hitting .354 before tonight. 29 hits, 9 RBI, 15 runs. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Rips it to left, but on a good line. First step was in, then the next step to the side for Sam Leach. The left fielder makes the catch for out number 2. Alex Isola has scored twice.
Now stepping up to the
is 1 for 1 tonight with a walk and a double for the University of Utah product.
Correction, we have a pinch batter.
And it looks like
20,
Dante Gutierrez will come in. So they do go to the bench early, as Dante Gutierrez will step in the the left-handed batter's box. Hitting .260 with 20 hits, 10 runs, 14 RBI, 15 walks for Dante. He'll face the right-hander Lincoln Clayton. First pitch is outside, 1-0. One ball, no strikes. 2 outs. Here's the pitch for the right-hander. In the dirt, 2 balls, no strikes. Rogues on top again, 9-1 here in the bottom of the third inning. Beautiful night in Medford. Thanks to all of you for joining us live at MedfordRogues.com. Presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Gutierrez gets wood on it, but fouls it away. Count is 2-1. Got some Rogues currently in the minor league system, trying to work their way up to the show, including recent draftee Joey Morgan. In short season over with the Connecticut Tigers, has played in 2 games, 7 at-bats, 3 hits, 2 RBI, as a third-round draft pick in the 2017 MLB draft, hitting .429. Thanks to BG Gould, our statistician and our scorekeeper, for keeping us up to date on the Rogues on their way to the big leagues. Here's the 1-2. Fouled away down the left field line, and the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. No one on for the Rogues. First time tonight that has been the case, as the Rogues actually went 1 through 9, inning number 1, and 1 through 9, inning number 2, totaling 9 runs on 8 hits with 3 errors by the Gold Sox in the field. The 1-2 pitch is outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're back in action tomorrow night, 6:35 first pitch against the Gold Sox again on Thursday. For Baywatch night, 6:35 first pitch again on Thursday. A high chopper to the left side, fielded belt high, fired to first by the third baseman. Bo McClintock is in time. So the Rogues actually go down 1-2-3. First time tonight we've seen it, but we've finished 3 innings. The Rogues are on top 9-1. We'll go to the top of the 4th. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Defensive changes for the Medford Rogues here in the top of the 4th inning. Braden Stutzman will move from right field to go behind home plate to catch. And moving to right field is Dante Gutierrez. Jamie Flynn back out there for the 3rd inning.
First person at guest services for your chance to win. Visit PennzoilDeals.com to see the latest coupons and discounts from
Flynn will face his 12th hitter tonight. 3 solid innings, no hits, just a run from the errors, and a strikeout. Bo McClintock, the third baseman, will step in. 3-hitter in the lineup for the Gold Sox. Product of San Joaquin Delta College. Steps in the right-handed batter's box. We're back underway here in the top of the 4th inning. Flynn pitches. And McClintock tried to sell that he got grazed on the jersey. Instead, he gets called back. So the count is 1-0. Flynn has thrown 25 pitches. Now comes back with a fastball. Jammed him a bit, and the count is 1-1. The 1-1 pitch hit into the Rogues' dugout, and the count is 1-2. Sabranti, the catcher, is on deck. No outs, top of the 4th. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball is lifted out of play as well, and the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rogues on top 9-1 after 3. 5 runs in the bottom of the 1st, 4 in the bottom of the 2nd. They actually went down 1-2-3 in the 3rd. A slow roller. Tough play for DeLorfis, who has actually plenty of time, believe it or not. After setting his feet and firing to first base for the out, made it look easy. Came off funny off the bat. Flynn jammed McClintock with the pitch on the inside part of the plate. About a 4-bouncer up the middle as DeLorfis came over to make the play. Shea Sabranti, the catcher, steps in the left-handed batter's box. Rips the first pitch from Flynn, foul down the right side, and the count is 0-1. Second pitch goes to Jamie Flynn, who shows the stilts. Get up, big fella. Flynn gets up there on a leap, grabs it with the glove, tosses to first. 2 outs for the Rogues.
Batting for the Marysville Gold Sox, Jason Daicochia.
Daicochia steps in. Nice play from Jamie Flynn. Help yourself out, why not? 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. First pitch, in there for a strike. The bender from Flynn. Right at the knees, and the count is 0-1. Top of the 4th inning, the 0-1 pitch. Fastball fouled off of the legs of Daicochia. And the count is no balls and 2 strikes. Flynn back on the mound, has the count at 0-2. Here's the leg kick and the delivery. Ripped right at the shortstop, and a line out as DeLorfis squeezes for an easy 1-2-3. No breaks for the Gold Sox. Midway through the 4th, the Rogues are on top 9-1. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Rogues fans, can't tell you how many times we've had to replace a window here at the ballpark because of a stray fly ball, a foul ball, you name it. When we need our windows fixed or replaced, the only team we trust are the folks at Bill's Glass. With locations in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass, Bill's Glass is the fastest and most affordable glass service in Southern Oregon.
Now stepping up to the plate, your Rogues designated hitter,
So Jake Hellwig will step in to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning. Rogues on top 9-1 here in a beautiful night at Medford. Rogues got 5 in the bottom of the 1st, 4 in the bottom of the 2nd, nothing in the 3rd. Came on back here to have 4, 5, 6 in the 4th inning. Hellwig thought about the bunt, pulls back, count is 1-0. Hellwig 2 for 2 today, 2 singles and an RBI, 2 runs scored as well for the Rogues DH. The 2-0 pitch from Clayton. Ripped, foul, out of play. Count is 2-1. Again, the Medford Rogues are 17-8. They are the #1 team in the Great West League. 7.5 games back are the Marysville Gold Sox, but winners of their last 3, 2 of which coming against the Chico Heat, who are in 3rd place, just behind the Lincoln Potters, who were in town last night. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Bounces in front for ball 4. Hellwig trots down to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning as Connor Lowry will step in.
Stepping up to the plate, your Rogue center fielder, Connor Lowry.
Lowry with an RBI ground rule double in the 2nd inning. Also hit by a pitch in the 1st. Finally got an inning off from the plate for Connor Lowry. So we've got you here in the 4th. Runner over at 1st, 9-1 lead, no outs. First pitch to Lowry. Below the knees. 1-0. As that one got away from the catcher. No advancement from the runner, and the count sits at 1 ball, no strikes, no outs. Runner over at 1st is Jake Hellwig. Clayton. Next pitch in there for a strike. Count 1-1. That one's going to get away from Sabranti, and now Hellwig goes down to 2nd on the wild pitch. Count is 2-1. Clayton has done a nice job in relief. He's actually thrown more innings than both Darryl Dahl and Ryan McCarthy combined. McCarthy got the start. 2 earned runs, 5 runs came across, bunch of errors in the inning as well. 4 hits. Didn't even get out of the first. Fastball over the plate is in there for a strike. The count is 2-2. No outs. Runner at second is Hellwig. Rogues on top 9-1. Bottom 4. Runner in scoring position. Clinton goes to the plate. Hit on a good line to center. Going back and making the catch is the center fielder. Hellwig will test the arm, and he'll slide in head first in time. He slides in safe over at third. Third baseman can't believe it. Good throw by the center fielder. It looked like Hellwig was in there in time. But they're going to go over to second, and they say he did not tag up. Interesting. So 2 outs now. Hellwig slid in safely, but they call him out at second, saying he didn't tag up.
Stepping up to the plate, your Rogues first baseman, Eric.
So now quickly 2 outs. For Eric Yang to step in. Interesting sequence as Hellwig got a good jump, but apparently too good. 2 outs. First pitch is in there to Eric Yang for a strike. Count is 0-1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning with 2 outs, no one on now. A 9-1 lead for the Rogues. Next pitch, looked a little bit outside, called strike, and the count is 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The pitch. Curveball up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Clayton goes to the plate. Outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Count 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Nothing for the Rogues in the bottom of the 4th. After 4, Medford on top, 9-1. We'll go to the top of the 5th. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Top of the 5th inning, Rogues on top 9-1. Shabolsky will step in. First pitch from Jamie Flynn is in there for a strike. Count 0-1. Again, a 9-1 lead for your Medford Rogues. Live here on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Fanning at the pitch, making the count, no balls and 2 strikes, is the right fielder, Shabolski. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. Flynn picks up his second strikeout tonight for the first out in the top of the 5th.
Now batting Maryville's designated hitter, Joey Mejia.
Joey Mejia will step in. This is his second plate appearance. Grounded out to third base in the second inning. First pitch in there for a strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hits softly to the left side. It's going to go foul, and the count is no balls and 2 strikes. So the count 0-2 to the right-handed hitting Mejia. As Jamie Flynn has had the run support, he's been effective. Good outing for Flinner after holding down the public address last night here at the ballpark. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Hit to the left side. It's going to go under the glove of Josh Berman. Took a short hop. And that's the first hit of the ball game, I would imagine. No, they're going to give him an error. That'll preserve a no-hitter for Flynn.
Now batting for Marysville, Mitchell Tice.
Time called by Braden Stutzman. Wants to head out there and chat. There is 1 out. Runner over on second base here in the top of the 5th with the Rogues on top 9-1. First pitch from Flynn out of the zone, 1-0. Tice struck out to end the second. Next pitch from Flynn, also out of the zone. 2 balls, no strikes. Flynn comes to his set, the 2-0 pitch. On the way. Hit out of play, 2-1. Runner on second is Mejia. The 2-1 pitch, fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Flynn comes to his set. And he will head to the plate. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout in the inning for Jamie Flynn. And that's out number 2. The Rogues would like to thank Rogue Credit Union for their continued support of Medford Rogues baseball and the surrounding Southern Oregon community. Our friends at Rogue Credit Union are striking out hunger, so Rogue Credit Union is donating $10 to Access each time a Rogues pitcher strikes out a player from the opposing team during a home game. Rogue Credit Union, living local, it's a Rogue thing. 2 outs. Runner on second. Flynn from the set goes to the plate. In there for a strike on the fastball to Sam Leach. Count 0-1 to the 9-hitter from Marysville. Trails 9-1 here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the 0-1. Check swing, kept in front. And the count is 1-1. One ball, one strike. Flynn comes to his set, goes to the plate. Hit down the left side and a couple bounces, and it's foul. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A runner on second. Both strikeouts coming via the swing from Flynn. Mixing up a couple pitches. Good command out there for the veteran right-hander for the Medford Rogues. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Flynn gets a sign from Braden Stutzman. Comes to a set. The 2-2 pitch, he'll step off. Count remains even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Comebacker hit up the middle, going over and making the play behind second is Clay Valenzuela-Reese. A strong throw to first for out number 3. Great play from the second baseman, Clay Valenzuela-Reese, to come past the second bag and go over to the shortstop spot and make the throw. Rogues get out of it. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Johnny De La Cruz steps in here at the bottom of the 5th inning. Rogues on top 9-1. First pitch inside, 1-0. Lincoln Clayton still out there for the Marysville Gold Sox. Here in the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 pitch inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Brock Epham over at first base for the Gold Sox. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Lifted to right field. Going back is the right fielder. It's going to be up and over the head. Johnny De La Cruz rounds first. Goes to second. Ball all the way at the wall. Going to try for 3. De La Cruz slides in easy with a leadoff triple here in the bottom of the 3rd. This will bring up Josh Berman.
the plate, your Rogues third baseman, Josh Berman.
So Berman steps in. Berman steps in the right-handed batter's box. Over at third now, De La Cruz. The Rogues haven't scored since the second inning. Fastball is up and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Check swing down the right side. The pitcher, Clayton, walks over to first with it. It's going to be an RBI for Josh Berman. It wasn't pretty, but Berman picks up the ribby on a grounder back to the pitcher. Braden Stutzman will step in.
Now batting for your Rogues.
So the Rogues make it 10-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Stutzman will step in with no one on here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Left-handed hitter for the Rogue. Stutzman fouls away the first pitch. 0 for 2 tonight, grounded out to the right side, then struck out in the second inning as the Rogues went 1 through 9 in the batting order in the first and in the second. Steps in the left-handed batter's box to go against the right-hander Clayton. Has the count at 0-1 with 1 out. Rogues did get a run here in the bottom of the 5th. A leadoff triple from Johnny De La Cruz. Wasn't exactly the most sexy way to get a run, but it'll work. Clayton catches the sign and deals outside. 1-2. Stutzman is the count at 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Clayton goes to the plate. Stutzman fouls it away. Count remains 1-2. So the Rogues got 5 in the first, 4 in the second, and then 1 here in the 5th. Stutzman has the 1-2 pitch, fends it off down the left field side. Out of play, and the count remains 1-2. Can't tell you how many we've hit out of the park tonight, not via home run. That was the case last night, the game that went 3.5 hours. A 14-11 win for the Rogues on 36, maybe 37 hits. Remarkable. Here's the 1-2. Just a piece by Stutzy, and the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is my first game seeing Braden Stutzman this year for the Rogues, having been away for about a week. Stutzman stepped in as a returner for the Rogues from last year. An excellent student athlete at the University of Oregon. And now takes over behind home plate for the Rogues after Alex Isola exit the game, and the count is 2-2. Rogues are back in action tomorrow night. Gold Sox back in town. Game 2 of a 3-game series, 6:35 first pitch. 6:25 pregame right here on MedfordRogues.com. The 2-2 delivery from Clayton. Once again, fouled out of play. Stutzman not going down easy. Anything near he's protecting, and the count is 2-2. No one on for the Rogues. 1 out. 10-1 lead for Medford. Swing and miss, strike 3. Stutzman lost the battle, but a hard-fought battle at least for out number 2.
Now stepping up to the plate,
Davis DeLorfis will step in.
Davis DeLorfis.
The University of Utah product, who did not play at all last season. Hopefully nice and healthy to go play Pac-12 ball this year. Steps in the right-handed batter's box. DeLorfis made a plate appearance in innings 1 through 3. Hasn't been up since the 3rd inning. First pitch from Clayton is inside, 1-0. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. A run scored from Johnny De La Cruz with a leadoff triple. Josh Berman put the ball in play on a check swing. It was good enough to get an RBI, but he did get thrown out at first. Next pitch is low and out of the zone. So DeLorphis has the count at 2-0. Great crowd on hand here tonight for a Tuesday at the ballpark, and a 2-out single up the middle for DeLorphis. Kid can swing the stick. 2 hits tonight for DeLorphis. A single, a double, 2 runs scored, as Clay Valenzuela-Reese will step in. Valenzuela-Reese made a great play to end the top of the 5th inning. Over at second base, came across behind second base, ranging towards the shortstop, and had a good strong throw to first to get the out and end the top of the 5th inning. DeLorphis now over at first with 2 outs. First pitch outside to Valenzuela-Reese. Count 1-0. Clay, a right-handed hitter, hitting about .350 this season. Clayton comes to his set. Goes to the plate. Up and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Valenzuela-Reese 0 for 3 tonight. Does have an RBI. Had the sac fly in the first. He lifts one to right center field. The right fielder calls him off. And an easy grab. Rogues get one. They strand one on a triple and a single for the Rogues in the bottom of the 5th inning. They lead 10-1. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Rogue Regency Inn & Suites is the official host hotel of the Medford Rogues. Whether you're in Southern Oregon for a quick stay or a longer visit, Rogue Regency has a warm, casually elegant atmosphere with plenty to offer, including Chadwick's. The official sports bar of the Medford Rogues. Make sure to head to the post-game party headquarters, Chadwick's Pub and Sports Bar, the Rogue Regency Inn & Suites. Top of the 6th inning for Devin Pettengill. The Marysville Gold Sox. Flynn tosses it inside. I believe it would count at 1-2. Actually, 2 balls and a strike. pardon, here in the top of the 6th. Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Here's the pitch from the right-hander, Jamie Flynn. Outside for ball 4. First walk tonight issued by Jamie Flynn, who has been flawless. It's been absolutely flawless up to this point. So now Justin Cooney-Silk will step in with a runner over at first. Pettengill over at first. Here's the pitch. Fouled straight back. Count is 0-1. Heroes is a new place for gourmet subs, wraps, salads, and burgers. People are really talking about how Heroes is the best sandwich shop in town. Come give us a try. Eat like a hero today. As Cooney-Silk gets hit, so now runners on first and second. Flynn's going to get a talk from Braden Stutzman. Runners on first and second, no outs. For over 60 years, Lippert's Carpet One has been dedicated to helping people find the best flooring solutions for their home or business. And for over 60 years, Lippert's has sponsored and donated to many organizations in our community. If you want to completely transform a room, Lippert's has many products available. There are more choices than ever. Whether it's for your home or business, Lippert's has a professional staff dedicated to helping you find just what you are looking for. Lippert's thanks you for over 60 years of being your flooring source. Located in Medford on North Pacific Highway or Rogue River Highway in Grants Pass, you can always find them online at lipperts.com. Bo McClintock at the plate. Runners on first and second. A hit batsman and a walk issued this inning by Jamie Flynn. Flynn from the set. Looks at second. Goes to the plate. That one's ripped to right center field. It's going to drop. Cut off by Connor Lowry. It is bobbled and thrown in. Saw the big windmill over at third, but the runner, Devin Pettengill, didn't budge. Interesting. Bases loaded, and a mound visit coming from Christian Coronado. As the Rogues lead 10-1. Mary's Barbecue, tender, juicy, slow-smoked meat, all-made sides and friendly service, easy for anyone in Southern Oregon to get to. Mary's Barbecue at 841 East Pine Street in Central Point. Follow them on Facebook or their website, marysbbqplace.com. Rogues back at it tomorrow. Another one with the Marysville Gold Sox. Now, Medford has a 10-1 lead at this point, but no outs.
Now batting for Marysville, catcher Shea Shabranti.
First pitch to Shea Shabranti is out of the zone, 1-0. McClintock at first, Cooney-Silk at second, Pettengill at third. Flynn on the mound for the Rogues, regular depth for the infield, the 1-0 pitch. Out of the zone, 2-0. Flynn comes to his set. One rocketed down the right side and foul. 2 balls and a strike. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Fouled straight back, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Country night here at the ballpark. Rogues trying to shut the door, at least Jamie Flynn get a ground ball here in this inning to work himself out of the jam after a walk, a hit batsman, and a single. The Gold Sox are piecing it together. 10-1 lead, however, for the Rogues. And it's a 3-ball, 2-strike count now to Sabranti. Runners on first, second, and third for the Gold Sox with no one out. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Hit on the ground to the right side. It gets through. 1 run's going to score. The stop sign is up at third, and it's a 10-2 lead for the Medford Rogues. Pettengill scores. Cooney Silk at third. McClintock at second. Sabranti with the RBI single at first. As Quinn Ayers steps in the right-handed batter's box. Flynn comes to his set, bases loaded. He deals the first pitch to Ayers. Up and in, 1 ball, no strikes.
Up for Marysville.
Looks like no notice to the home plate umpire, Eric Martinez, by manager Dallas Correa. So, of course, that makes us just sit longer here at the ballpark. Already a long game, to say the least, because of the first and second innings where the Rogues put some runs on the board, but the scoreboard that actually is not on right now, but that's for those of you at home. Don't worry, I got you covered. Here's the pitch. Squeezed, and now Flynn's upset, wondering where the heck that pitch is. He's actually gotten squeezed pretty good in this inning compared to throwing, 25 pitches in the first 3 innings alone. Maybe more through 4. 2 balls, no strikes. Flynn comes to his set. Bases loaded, no outs. 10-2 lead for the Rogues. Hit on the ground again to the right side. This time Clay Valenzuela-Reese fires to first for a force, but another run scores, and it's 10-3. So Ayers grounds out but picks up the RBI. Caden Golby, the right fielder, steps in. So back-to-back new hitters in the lineup for the Gold Sox. Now runners on second and third with just 1 out. Flynn goes to the plate. First pitch is a fastball in there for a strike at the knees. And the count is 0-1. The sun is down here at the ballpark. The lights are just starting to get back on. They'd be reset. It doesn't look like all of them are coming on just yet. We'll have to wait and see. Foolish on the slider from Flynn, and the count is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Flynn leg kicks, fires, fastball, hit to the left side and foul. One out, runner on second and third. Flynn's fastball in the dirt, kept in front by Braden Stutzman. Rogues on top, 10-3 here in the top of the sixth inning. 8:43 Pacific time here at the ballpark. Flynn sets. Gets Golby swinging on the slider for strike three. Fourth strikeout tonight for Jamie Flynn.
Now batting for Marysville.
2 runs across in this inning so far for the Gold Sox. Joey Mejia, the designated hitter, will step up. Reached on an error in the fifth, grounded out in the second. Has runners on second and third with 2 outs here in the top of the sixth. Flynn goes to the plate. First pitch is outside, 1-0. Flynn trying to get out of the jam here. Got the ground out. Got the strikeout. Goes to the plate. Bender is in there for a strike. Count is 1-1. Well, he got the cushion right away. 5 in the first, 4 in the second. Another one in the fifth inning. 10-3 lead for the Rogues. Flynn goes to the plate. Nice stop by Braden Stutzman, who keeps it in front. Stutzman calls time to get a new baseball, as the Rogues are just trying to get out of this inning. Flynn catching the sign from Stutzman. Comes to a set. Runners on second and third. 10-3 lead for the Rogues. 2 outs. Fastball is outside. Flynn getting the sign from Stutzman once again. Runners on second and third. Leg kicks. Fires to the plate. Called strike. Just crossed on the outside corner. Count full. Flynn trying to command his way out of the sixth. Definitely has done well working out of this jam. Just a couple runs surrendered. Doesn't look as bad when you got the run support. Fastball, strike 3. Flinner's fired up, and the Rogues get out of the jam. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jamie Flynn. He's got 5 tonight, and the Rogues hold a 10-3 lead heading into the bottom of the sixth inning. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. right-hander from University of Pacific, Keaton Glover, will come out and pitch for the Marysville Gold Sox here in the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch from Glover is lined into left field by Dante Gutierrez for a base hit.
Now stepping up to your plate for the Medford Rogues, designated hitter
Jake Helwig steps in, a walk, 2 singles tonight, 2 runs.
We have a pinch runner, Caleb Smith.
RBI as well. Caleb Smith will come in and run for Dante Gutierrez. Caleb Smith over at first base as the pinch runner. Product of Corvallis, Oregon. Just finished year number 2 at Lynn Benton Community College. First pitch to Helwig is in there for a strike. Rogues leading 10-3. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 11 hits for the Rogues. 2 for Marysville. A balk called on Glover, so Smith trots down to second. Here's the pitch to Helwig. Swing and a miss. Big cut from Jake Helwig. Smith over at second after a leadoff single for Dante Gutierrez. Helwig lifts it behind home plate. Catcher doesn't even get chased as it goes out of play. Count 1-2 to Jake Helwig. Runner at second is Caleb Smith. Rogues on top 10-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Glover comes to his set. Looks at second, goes to the plate. Hit hard to the left side, right through the gap between the shortstop and the third baseman for a base hit for Jake Helwig, his 3rd tonight. Runners down the corners, back-to-back singles to the left side from back-to-back left-handed hitters for the Medford Rogues. So Caleb Smith over at third, Jake Helwig at first, Connor Lowry at the plate. RBI double in the 2nd inning, and he came around to score. Thanks to Fred Meyer, the Rogues offer specially priced family ticket packages for each Sunday home game, including this Sunday's 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 fountain drinks, 4 souvenir baseballs for just $44. You can only get them at the local Rogue Valley Fred Meyer stores. Don't miss out on the fun. It's Fred Meyer Family Fun Sundays. First pitch to Connor Lowry is a strike. Count 0-1. Lowry didn't see it as so. Runners on first and third. For the Medford Rogues, who have a 10-3 lead. Glover comes to a set, goes to the plate. Fastball is upstairs. Count 1-1. Great night to be out here at the ballpark. Just beautiful evening temperature-wise. You really can't beat this. Nice sunset as always. A plane going over to the Rogue Valley International Airport. Next pitch again upstairs. Count is 2-1. Runners on the corners. No outs. The 2-1 pitch called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Connor Lowry as the Medford Rogues lead 10-3 in the 6th. Glover comes to his set. Here's the 2-2. Called strike 3 in the outside corner. That's out number 1. Lowry gives Eric Martinez a little earful. Eric Yang will step in.
Now stepping up to the plate, first baseman Eric Yang.
Runners on the corners. Yang steps in the right-handed batter's box. Rogues on top 10-3, 1 away. Glover goes to the plate. First pitch up and in, 1 ball, no strikes. Back-to-back singles for the Rogues to start the bottom of the 6th. After Jamie Flynn got in a little trouble in the top half, a walk and a hit batsman, everything kind of fell into place for the Gold Sox to scrap across 2 runs. 7-run lead still for the Medford Rogues, who got the run support early. 5 in the first, 4 in the second. Fastball is outside. Yang right back in there. Glover comes to his set. The pitch. Outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Off the plate, 3 balls and a strike now. So with runners on the corners here in the bottom of the 6th with 1 out, the Rogues lead 10-3. Yang has the count 3-1. Lowry struck out. Smith over at third. Fastball is outside for ball 4. Bases loaded for the Rogues and Johnny De La Cruz.
We're in the bottom of the 6th with bases loaded and 1 out. Up next for your Medford Rogues, left fielder Johnny De La Cruz.
De La Cruz gets a piece on the first one. Fouls it away. Count 0-1. Count 1-1 as the fastball misses to De La Cruz. Next one outside, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Yang at first, Hellwig at second, Smith at third. Glover goes to the plate. De La Cruz fouls it back into the screen, and the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rogues would like to thank Rogue Credit Union for their continued support of Rogues baseball and the surrounding community. Our friends at Rogue Credit Union are striking out hunger, so they donate $10 to Access each time a Rogues pitcher strikes out a player from the opposing team during a home game. Rogue Credit Union, living local, it's a Rogue thing. Count now 3 balls and 2 strikes to De La Cruz as that one misses outside from Glover. Bases loaded, Rogues on top 10-3. 12 hits for Medford, 3 errors apiece for the Rogues and the Gold Sox. Marysville actually struck first in the top of the first inning. Here's a 3-2, fouled straight back. Glover again going to shake it off. Johnny De La Cruz right on that fastball. Here's the pitch. The 3-2 lined up the middle for a base hit. 1 run comes home. They're going to send Jake Hellwig from second. The throw to the plate, not in time. 2 runs for the Medford Rogues as they lead 12-3.
We're in the bottom of the 6th. 1 out, 2 men on base, and your Rogues 12, Marysville 3. Now up to bat, your third baseman, Josh Berman.
So Josh Berman now steps up. Johnny De La Cruz, a 2 RBI single. First pitch is outside to Berman. Runners on first and second. Next one to Berman. Fastball up and away. Count now 2-1 after Berman fouls off the pitch into the screen. So the Rogues tack on 2 more. It's now 12-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Runners on first and second. Berman up at the dish. The count 2-1. Glover comes to his set. Goes to the plate. Upstairs 3-1. De La Cruz at first, Yang at second. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Hit high to the second baseman. Pettengill makes the catch. So there's 2 outs for Braden Stutzman.
6 with 2 outs, 2 runners on base. Medford 12, Marysville 3. Next up to bat, your catcher, Braden Stutzman.
Braden Stutzman steps in now with 2 outs. So the Rogues add 2 more here in the 6th, leading now by 9, 12-3. 13 hits for Medford, just 2 for the Gold Sox. Here's the pitch from Glover. Fastball nearly got away from Sabranti. Count 1-0. Next one out of the zone. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Upstairs, 3 balls, no strikes. Now to Braden Stutzman. Gold Sox getting their workout here in terms of guys coming in and throwing the baseball. Fourth pitcher tonight is Keaton Glover for the Marysville Gold Sox. We're only in the bottom of the 6th. Already 9:05 local time here in Medford. Stutzman in the left-handed batter's box as the count at 3-0. The pitch. In there for a strike. 3 balls in 1 strike. The count to Braden Stutzman. 2 runners on, 2 outs for the Medford Rogues in the bottom of the 6th. The 3-1. Fouled away. 3 balls, 2 strikes now.
That one's heading to the Bills' glass zone.
The Rogues got 5 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the 5th, 2 more here in the 6th inning. If my math is correct, it should be 12. Here's the pitch on the 3-2. Stutzman fouls it away. Count remains full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Davis DeLorfis on deck for the Medford Rogues. As the leadoff batter for Medford, count 3-2 to Braden Stutzman. Here's the pitch. Stutzman hits one hard to the right side. A nice stop by the second baseman. A diving play and a throw to first. Wonderful play by Devin Pettingill to rob Braden Stutzman of an RBI base hit. But the Rogues do get 2.
In the bottom of the 6th, there were 2 runs on.
And they lead 12-3 after 6 innings. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com. For over 60 years, Lippert's Carpet One has been dedicated to helping people find the best flooring solutions for their home or business. And for over 60 years, Lippert's has sponsored and donated to many organizations in our community, and we appreciate them. If you want to completely transform a room, Lippert's has many products available, and there are more choices than ever. Whether it's for your home or business, Lippert's has a professional staff dedicated to helping you find just what you are looking for. Lippert's thanks you for over 60 years of being your flooring source, located in Medford and in Grants Pass, or you can always find them online at lipperts.com. Medford 12, Marysville 3. Top 7 coming up next. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Top of the 7th for the Medford Rogues as they welcome in Bobby Wood to the mound. Right-hander from Fort Worth, Texas. Bobby making his 6th appearance. 8 1/3 innings pitched. 6 earned runs, 14 hits, 13 strikeouts. Rather, Bobby, the product of Sunnyvale, California. My apologies. Every so often, Bobby Wood and Will Floyd come on in and mix it up. Both hard-throwing right-handers from the stretch. Both come in late-game appearances. My apologies out there, Wood and Floyd families. Bobby Wood, the right-hander from Sunnyvale, California. Rogues lead 12-3. Pitch is low and out to Brock Efen. The count is 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Wood. Curveball in there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Wood catches a sign from Stutzman and goes to the plate. Fastball is outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Count full. Wood goes to the plate. Check swing by Efen. He did not go, so it's ball 4. Pitch off the plate. Leadoff walk.
We're in the top of the 7th. 1 runner on base. Rogues 12, Marysville 3. Next up to bat for Marysville, left fielder Sam Leach.
First pitch outside to Leach. Runner over at first base. Rogues on top, 12-3, top 7. Wood comes to his set. Runner over on first. And he goes to the plate. Fastball right back up the middle past a diving Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Runners on first and second here in the top of the 7th inning for the Marysville Gold Sox.
Top of the 7th, Rogues 12, Marysville 3, 2 runners on base. Up next to bat, Devin Pettigill.
Quick conversation from Christian Coronado. Runners on first and second, no outs, top 7. Quick break for us here at the ballpark. We're back in a minute. Back here in the 7th, Bobby Wood back out there. And the first pitch, rather the second pitch, a deep fly ball to center. Nice play out in center field by Connor Lowry as Pettingill got a hold of it. One quick out of the timeout. We apologize for that quick break. Justin Cooney-Silk steps in.
Morton's K-batter, Justin Cooney-Silk. Now, if Justin gets struck out, $3 beers till the end of the inning.
Runner on first, runner on second for Marysville. Cooney-Silk in the left-handed batter's box, 1 out. First pitch up and away, 1 ball, no strikes. Rogues lead 12-3. A chopper to the second baseman, Valenzuela-Reese. Flips over to first. Nice play on the run in. Runners advance.
We're on the top at 7. 2 runners on base. 2 outs. Rogues 12. Marysville 3. Next up to bat for Marysville is Bo McClintock.
McClintock steps in. Runners on second and third for Marysville. Wood trying to get out of it. Rogues on top, 12-3 here in the top of the 7th inning. Called strike. Great play to get out of the inning over at first. Snagged on a line by the first baseman, Eric Yang.
In the top of the 7th, there were 0
and that robs Bo McClintock. 2 left on base. The Gold Sox don't get anything across. It is a 12-3 lead for Medford going to the bottom of the 7th inning. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Bottom of the 7th inning for the Medford Rogues on top 12-3. Bryce Tilton will pinch hit for the Rogues here in the 7th inning. Hitting .429, 4 RBI, a double, 6 hits, 2 runs, 14 at-bats. Appearing in his 9th game for the Rogues. Average leads the team, not out of everyday starters, of course, but Bryce played well at the beginning of the season, had to go back, finish up school, etc. U.S. junior rowing team is exiting the ballpark. Nice big crowd here tonight as they actually practice down at Immigrant Lake in Ashland. Very cool. Very cool stuff. Tilton swings and misses at the first pitch. Count 0-1. Glover goes to the plate. Here's the 0-1. Fastball goes to the all the way back to the backstop. Interesting note here at the ballpark. We actually don't have full power right now. Lights are on with a backup generator. Scoreboard is off. For those of you at home, you can't obviously tell, but it is a little bit darker than usual here at the park. At least it appears that way from inside out, but maybe I'm just saying that having known the situation. So Branty goes out there, talk to his right-hander. The count is 1-1. Bottom of the 7th. Rogues on top, 12-3. We're back with you tomorrow night. Glover goes to the plate. Tilton looks at a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Glover comes to a set. No one on, no outs. The pitch. Hit hard on a 2-bouncer to the right side. Pettengill fires to first for the out.
Bottom of the 7th with 1 out. Your Medford Rogues 12, Marysville 3. Put your hands
Play Valenzuela Reese will step in. 0 for 4 tonight with an RBI.
Valenzuela Reese.
One away, bottom 7. Some of you guys joking on the live stream. I could actually use more coffee. You're saying that's the coffee talking? I can tell you exactly what I did have. A Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee in Connecticut. Lasted me all the way to Phoenix. Then a Starbucks there. There you go. You know the trick. Glover goes to the plate. Big swing and a miss for Valenzuela Reese. Count is 0-2. Rogues on top by 9, 12-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Glover comes to his set, goes to the plate, bounces to the backstop. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Glover gets the sign. 1 away in the 7th, and time called by Valenzuela Reese. Here's the 1-2 pitch from the right-hander off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Valenzuela Reese gets a piece down the right side over into the grass berm. Count is 2-2 to Valenzuela Reese. 1 out, no one on. Bottom 7. Here's the pitch. Fouled back into the screen. Count remains even at 2-2. 2 more meetings with the Gold Sox tomorrow night and on Thursday. 6:35 first pitch. Again, the same against Portland on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Count is 2-2. Glover goes to the plate. Hit hard to the left side, past a diving third baseman. It's going to be a base hit for Clay Valenzuela Reese. with 1 out in the 7th inning. Dante Gutierrez will step in. Nope. Mix it up again. This will be Caleb Smith who comes in. Smith came in to run in the 6th inning after Gutierrez got his plate appearance, hit a single, and Caleb Smith came in. Now gets his first at bat of the night. So the Rogues are on top 12-3. Over at first is Valenzuela Reese. Fastball misses up and in. 1-0 to Caleb Smith. Next pitch in there for a strike at the knees. Count 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Up and out, 2 balls and a strike. Valenzuela Reese over at first. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Caleb Smith. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss as Smith goes down on strikes. 2 outs. Jake Helwig will step in. Helwig has 3 runs scored tonight, an RBI, and 3 singles. Extremely effective night at the plate for Jake Helwig. Baseball looks like a beach ball to him. Rogues on top 12-3 here in the 7th. Runner over at first with 2 outs. That's Valenzuela Reese. Here's the pitch from Glover. Big cut by Helwig. He lifts it high to the left side. Third baseman there to make the catch. So they'll strand 1. After 7, Rogues lead 12-3. We'll go to the top of the 8th inning. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Ryan Kyoto in the pitch for the Medford Rogues in the top of the 8th inning. Welcome back to Harry and David Field. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Rogues on top 12-3 after the 7th. Kyoto working here in the 8th inning. Sabranti, the catcher, had a single in his last plate appearance. That was in the 6th, an RBI single. Next one inside. Kyoto on the year making his 3rd appearance. 2 1/3 innings pitched, 7.71 earned run average. And he walked him. 5th walk of the year for Kyoto. No strikeouts.
We're in the top of the 8th. We have 1 runner on base. Looks like Medford Rogues 13, Marysville 3. Medford Rogues 12.
Quinn Ayers will step in.
Batting for Marysville, Quinn Ayers.
Runner over at first, no outs. Rogues just trying to get out of this thing. 2 more with the Gold Sox next couple nights. Here's the pitch, up and in. From Kyoto to Ayers. 1 ball, no strikes. That one's going to get away from Stutzman. Runner gets over to second. Wild pitch gets Sabranti to second base. No outs here in the top of the 8th inning. Rip to the left side as Berman makes a great catch, diving to the line and snags a 2-bagger at least from Quinn Ayers. And that steals probably a run if Kyoto can settle in. That was a rocket. Golby steps in. Top of the 9th, Yuba City on top of Portland 5-3 at Calusa Casino Stadium. Bears at the bottom of the league. Portland in 4th place. Chico and Lincoln not in action tonight, but Yuba City clinging to that 3-run lead. Kyoto deals. Curveball is upstairs. All 6 Great West League teams are back in action tomorrow. Again, the Rogues always start the early one, 6:35. We like to get people home on time for bed. 7:05 first pitch down in Calusa Casino Stadium for the Bears hosting the Pickles. And then Chico hosting the Lincoln Potters tomorrow night at Nettleton at Chico State University. Kyoto from the stretch delivers. Curveball nearly plunked him as Golby got out of the way. Runner over at second with 1 out. Here in the top of the 8th inning, 12-3 lead for Medford. Kyoto comes to his set, goes to the plate. Fastball hit hard to center field, coming in on a line, making a sliding. It'll look close, but Lowry dropped it. Lowry kept it in front, gave it a good effort, just not enough. Almost thought we were going to see some sort of a web gem there from Connor Lowry. Instead, it's a base hit for Golby. Runner on first, runner on second. Joey Mejia will step in. It looks like a non-Joey Mejia will come in, as everybody is playing tonight. Tom Fuller will come in, number 12. From Santa Monica, California. Played his baseball's freshman year at Yale University. I tip my cap to you, sir. Way to take care of business. Runners on first and second. First pitch in there, a strike to Fuller. Next pitch outside, 1-1. And we are back with you tomorrow night, 6:35 first pitch. Medford and Marysville. Pitch from Kayota. Hit to the left side, off the glove of Berman. Going to scoot by. The bases are loaded.
Top of the 8th, bases loaded. Medford Rogues 12, Marysville 3. Batting next for Marysville, Brock Evans.
Bases juiced for the first baseman, Brock Epham. The pitch. Off the plate and low, 1 ball, no strikes. Bases loaded with 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning, rather. Almost was just starting to think that we were speeding along, but things have just stayed kind of consistently at a slower pace ever since the Rogues got out on top in the first inning. The bullpen guys for the Gold Sox came in and really just took the pacing out of it. That's translated to the other side as well. As Kayota runs the count a little bit deeper. Bases loaded, 1 away. Rogues on top, 12-3. Kayota gets a sign from Braden Stutzman. And he goes to the plate. Fastball out of the zone, ball 4. A runner gets walked in by Ryan Kayota. That would be Sabranti who comes home. 12-4. Golby at third, Mejia, rather Fuller at second, and Epham at first. Five, 6, 7, 8 in the batting lineup for Marysville has changed here in this ball game at least once. All those guys having a breather at this point. Leach still consistent in the 9 spot. Had a single in the 7th. 2 groundouts prior to. Steps in with the bases loaded. And the Gold Sox trailing 12-4 here in the 8th inning. Kayota from the stretch. Goes to the plate. Fastball in there for a strike. Count 1-1. Fastball inside, 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Inside to Leach, now 3-1. Kayota has the 3-1 pitch. Hit off of Leach in the batter's box. Ball stops about halfway down the third base line. It is a foul ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. For those of you that have been following along and maybe haven't been following as closely as you should, but the Florida Gators won the 2017 National Championship earlier tonight by defeating LSU 6-1. Bases loaded here in the 8th. 3-2 pitch coming to Sam Leach. Kayota gets a broken bat, hit over to the third base side as Josh Berman bobbles and nothing happens. A run scores. No throw anywhere. It's now 12-6.
We're in the top of the 8th. Medford 12, Marysville 5, 1 out. Bases are loaded.
Golby scores. Rogues could have been out with a quick spin there. Berman a little too quick to pull up the glove. Kayota got the ground ball he needed, a little distracting with the broken bat. Devin Pettengill, leadoff batter for the Gold Sox, steps in. Has scored twice tonight. Swings at the first pitch, lines it to center field. It's going to drop. 1 run will score. 3 runs so far in this inning for the Gold Sox, refusing to go away.
Top of the 8th, Medford Rogues 12, Marysville 6, 1 out, bases loaded.
Justin Cooney-Silk will step in now.
Next up to bat for Marysville, center fielder Justin.
Bases loaded again for the Gold Sox. Definitely making this one interesting against the Rogues' pen. The pitch, up and out. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Keota having a tough time getting it to the strike zone. Did get the ground ball he needed, but then the error comes. Bases loaded. Outside. Ball 4 issued. And another run walked in.
We're in the top of the 8th, Medford Rogues 12, Marysville 7, 1 out, bases loaded.
4 runs in the 8th inning as Josh Hogan will come out and make a pitching change. We'll step aside. We'll come on back. We'll let you know who's back in there to throw for the Medford Rogues, try to get out of the inning. 12-7. Ryan Cull, the new pitcher for the Medford Rogues, here in the 8th inning. Called strike. Bo McClintock, the hitter for the Gold Sox. Bases loaded, 12-7 the score. In front of Stutzman. Count 2-1. Carl comes to his set. The left-hander deals. Hit past a diving Clay Valenzuela-Reese into right. 1 run scores. The other one held up over at third. Once again, the bases loaded. It's now 12-8. And Marysville refusing to go down and go down at all. I wouldn't say easy. I would say at all at this point, because they have just pieced together an interesting inning using non-thrown strikes and now 4 singles in this inning. Leach came around to score. Runners on first, second, and third with just 1 out. As they have officially batted around in this inning. Sabranti, first pitch is a strike from Carroll. Carroll, just another Kevin. Of course, I'm upset that I missed Kevin Con last night. But the Carl Carroll gets 2 quick strikes for Sabranti, so now has him in the 0-2. Carl looking good here. Bases loaded. 8th inning. It's 12-8. Carl gets the sign from Braden Stutzman. Comes to his set, goes to the plate. In the dirt, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pettengill at third, Cooney Silk at second, McClintock at first. 1 away. The 1-2 pitch. Hit to the second baseman. Valenzuela-Reese gets 1 at second. 1 over the first. Double play for the Rogues, and they get out of a jam. 5 runs in the 8th inning. For the Marysville Gold Sox, it is now 12-8. As we go to the bottom half of the 8th. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Connor Lowry steps in here at the bottom of the 8th inning. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live here on MedfordRogues.com. Rogues clinging to a 4-run lead. It's 12-8 5 run across in the 8 for Marysville. So things getting interesting down the stretch. Lowry swings and misses at the first pitch, and the count is 0-1. Again, we're back with you tomorrow night. 6:25 pregame show, 6:35 first pitch. Live right here on MedfordRogues.com. Lowry hits a bouncer over to the shortstop. Strong throw to first. Short hop, nice snag by the first baseman for the out. So bring up Eric Yang, the first baseman for the Rogues.
First baseman Eric Yang.
Yang steps in the right-handed batter's box. The right-hander deals. Pitch low, and the count is 1-0. Next one outside. No one on here in the bottom of the 8th for the Rogues. Glover putting in some work. Gets a called strike, count 2-1. The right-hander comes to his set and deals the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss by Yang. Count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ruggs is trying to hang on at this point, had a big lead built. Glover deals a 2-2 pitch. Strike 3, looking is Yang at the knees.
We're in the bottom of the 8th. Medford Rogues 12, Marysville 8.
Glover's been effective.
Next up to bat for your Medford
It's coming on in relief. Both Clayton and Glover have given them some innings. 4th strikeout tonight for Keaton Glover, as Johnny De La Cruz will step up with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Johnny had a 2 RBI single in the 6th. Also, an RBI single in the 2nd. Has scored 2 runs as well tonight. Between De La Cruz and Jake Helwig's performance, 3 singles, 3 scored runs, an RBI for Helwig. Those 2 guys would be co-player of the game in my book, but I don't get a vote. So we'll have to wait and see. First pitch to Johnny De La Cruz, up and out, 1 ball, no strikes. Approaching 10 o'clock here on the West Coast. It's been a long evening of baseball. I know last night as well, so guys got to be drained just a little bit. And then they keep on going. 1 more tomorrow, another the next day, 3 more with the Pickles, and a road trip. Fouled straight back. De La Cruz lifts the next one out of play. Count now 2-2. Rogues are back in action tomorrow night. Rogue Credit Union members get in for free with proof of membership at the gate. Big one on Thursday, Baywatch night. Of course, Fill the Park Friday, so head on to those local businesses that we constantly tell you about to go get your free tickets for Friday, which is also Bark in the Park night to benefit Southern Oregon Humane Society as De La Cruz stays alive. Two outs, no one on. Here in the bottom of the 8th, 12-8 ball game. Glover deals, pitch outside. Count is now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Glover gets the sign from Sabranti. The 3-2 pitch. Ripped to center field on a line and a catch made by Cooney Silk for 3 up, 3 down for the Rogues in the 8th. We'll go to the top of the 9th. Medford on top, 12-8.
Your Medford Rogues 12, Marysville 8.
You're listening to the Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com.
Ninth inning. Join us at Bob.
Top of the 9th inning, Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live here on MedfordRogues.com. Aaron Hutchinson out there for the Rogues here in the top of the 9th. See if he can get the outs with the Rogues on top, 12-8. First pitch is fouled straight back into the screen. Count 0-1 to Quinn Ayers. Ayers 0 for 2 tonight. Next pitch outside, 1-1. Hutch gets the sign from Stutzman. Goes to the plate. Fastball in there for a strike. Count is 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch, fouled straight back. Rogues trying to prove to 18-8 on the season. Gold Sox have won 3 in a row. That one's at risk. The 2-2 pitch fouled back again as the count remains even. Hutch steals the 2-2 pitch. Fastball outside. Count now 3-2. Some fans have decided to stick around. I couldn't give you a true number, but it's not as much as we started with tonight. Good crowd on hand for country night. You heard the cowbells. Everyone was out there having a great time. Strike 3 looking as Hutch works out of a tough count for out number 1 here in the 9th.
We're in the top of the 9th. Rogues 12, Marysville 8 with 1 out. Batting now for Marysville, Caden Gould.
Golby steps in with 1 out. Righty-righty matchup. Hutchinson jams him at the hands, fouled away. Count is 0-1. Four pitchers used tonight for the Gold Sox, 5 for the Rogues, even though Jamie Flynn went 6. Outside, 1-1. Quite the opposite for the Gold Sox that could not get Ryan McCarthy out of the first inning. Went 2/3. Darren Dahl came in 2/3. And Lincoln Clayton came in, threw the ball well, as has Keaton Glover. Those two guys have combined 3 runs, scattered over 6 2/3 innings, compared to the 9 runs that came across when Dahl and McCarthy were in the game. Only a couple of those were earned. A 1-2 pitch, fouled back. Hutch moving quickly, keeping guys off balance. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Caden Golby. Got the strikeout to Ayers. Full windup and leg kick here on the 1-2 pitch. Lifted to the left side and out of play. Onto the 7 Feathers triple play patio. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hutch has the 1-2 count. Fouled down the right side now and out of play. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. On a drop third, Stutzman fires to first for the out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Hutchinson. So 2 outs.
2 outs. Medford Rogues 12, Marysville 8. Next up to bat, Tom Fuller.
As Fuller will step in, making his second plate appearance. Dribbler to the left side, friendly bounce over a third, fired across the diamond, ball game. The Rogues win another. 2 in a row after a long one last night. A good win tonight, 12-8 the final score for the Rogues here at home. We are back at it tomorrow night for more Medford Rogues baseball live here on MedfordRogues.com. It is game 2 of 3 in this series.
3 for 5, had 2 runs, a triple, and 4 RBIs. Tonight, your Medford Rogues pitcher.
Rogues getting some good offensive performances tonight. We breeze through some numbers for you. 3 hits apiece for Jake Helwig, 3 hits for Johnny De La Cruz, 2 runs scored. 3 also scored for Jake Helwig. Clay Valenzuela-Reese went 1 for 4 with an RBI, 1 for 4 for Connor Lowry with that RBI double and a run scored, 1 for 4 for Eric Yang with 2 RBI, and Jamie Flynn throwing the ball well, picking up the win tonight. For my field producer and reporter, Jonathan Kerman, my name is Brian Schnee. We'll see you back here tomorrow night, 6:25 pregame show, 6:35 first pitch. The Rogues win and they improve
It's also Rogue Credit Union member night. All cards
to now 18-8 on the season, stretching it out a little bit at the top of the Great West League standings. Again, tonight's final score, Medford 12, Marysville 8 here in game 1 of 3 at Harry and David Field. We'll see you back here tomorrow night, 6:25 pregame show. First pitch, 6:35 right here on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group.
Rogue Nation, thanks for listening to Medford Rogues Baseball. Listen to the Rogues all season long, live on MedfordRogues.com.